Got an MS-170, and then in the bargain bin at a saw shop the other week I found the Oregon Power Sharp. So it is a bar, a chain, and the sharpener. I'll show some of the up close stuff of the chain because it's such a weird design. A little bit of background and history on this stuff. It was actually first made in the 60s. Oregon worked for a very long time. Seems to continue to do it to a degree, trying to address what they saw as the main two issues with chainsaws, well, people using them. They wanted it to be able to self-sharpen, and they wanted it to be able to be self-tensioning. I've always been slightly curious on these power sharps. I've never used one. The chain type was actually made in a lot of different styles, in larger sizes and things like that. There's actually specific file guides made for them as well. They'll sharpen with a flat file. So curiosity got the better of me when I saw one for the right price, so I decided to buy it. It does have a lot of strange features. It has double depth gauges, and when I say double I mean they're side by side double. There's a gold link on it, and on top of the gold link doesn't actually have a cutter, it's got two abrasive blocks. Apparently what that does is renew the surface on the grinding stone. So the way these are sharpened, it's got a sharpener that attaches to the end of it. Inside of it, it takes a sharpening stone. It feels to me like it's made out of the exact same stuff as a grinding wheel. All that gets sharpened on these with this style of sharpener is the top, what we'd call the top plate, I guess. It is completely different to a normal top plate. In the older versions, I could find some information on the 80 series, which is a 404 chain of this style. And my understanding was they were sharpening the side plate. I'm not sure how that works, because I'm going to assume it will take damage when the chain does. So I'm not sure exactly how you fix that. I don't know if it just grinds away more of the top plate until things are good, or what the story is. But yeah, I'm very curious to find out. So I'm going to start off really basic. There's a piece of wood just over to the side of me here. The last cuts I made in that were with this saw and a 14-inch 50 gauge full chisel chain. Not the fastest of cutting chain that I've run on this saw. If you want to know, if you're looking specifically for the fastest cutting style of chain that I've found so far for a 170, it's called Still 61 PS3 Pro. It's an 043 gauge full chisel, and it is very, very good. Cuts extremely nicely. Still is now listing the Hexa Pico, so the 043 gauge Hexa, on I believe the French and the Swiss site. It has a part number. It will appear at some stage. That could be a good option for a lot of people because it will be much easier to sharpen than a normal full chisel, just like the 3/8 version. But my curiosity for this stuff is, what's it actually like? So I'll find out how fast it cuts. Behind me here I've got a heap of small stuff that I might just trim up with it. I may even try and hit something inappropriate with it. I don't really want to cut the ground here, it's quite rocky. I think it's going to do so much damage that it would render it useless. But I would like to see it go to dull, because I'd really want to see how the sharpening experience is. So we'll see how things go. It might have to be a later video because there's not really enough there for me to expect it to completely go dull with what I've got to cut here. I will just leave it on the saw and just try and use it for a bunch of little stuff. I've got a heap of little trees I need to clear up with it anyway, just laying around. So I will get there eventually. I just don't know if it's going to be in this video or not. Like most marketing stuff, if you find the information listed for it back when it was released, I believe Oregon was saying that it cut 25% faster or 30%. It was quite a large number, and they were claiming that it stayed sharp longer, which is pretty standard issue. Every manufacturer who releases a new chain promises you the same thing. I haven't found one that is that much better, to be honest. There's definitely incremental improvements over the years. A lot of the little, the smaller chains, the 325 semi-chisels and the 325 full chisels have been big leaps forward. The Still 23 Pro range, the RM and the RS, definitely been big leaps forward lately, but apart from that, nothing too major. But yeah, I'll just go make a few cuts with it over there. I'll show you that. I might show you some of it cutting up over there. If I manage to get it dull, I'll show you how it sharpens, because I don't really know. My understanding of it is that this clips on the end here. So you just clip that on, snap it over, close it up. It's got like a foot on the end of it. You rev it up to full power, hold it on there for 3 to 5 seconds, they say, and apparently it'll be sharp. Can't really speak to how efficient it is for that, but we'll hopefully find out at some stage. Alright, got just a whole lot of random stuff over here. Might as well just trim it up and see how things feel. For anyone wondering about that, usually your big limitation with bore cutting is the size of the nose radius. All these small reduced nose radius bars are very, very hard to plunge cut with. Doesn't matter if it's safety chain or regular chain, they hate it with that small bar or the small radius. This is nice cutting up small stuff for once. You can just pick it up and move it wherever you need it. Don't usually get this luxury. Maybe you should get rid of the big saws and just do this. It can't say I'm a big fan of the 16-inch bar on this, but whatever. Easy. Come on, buddy. There you go. Up. Don't move around on me too much. Let's do it this way. It doesn't even like dragging the nose through the bottom of the cut like that. Have to change tactics. Big rock on the ground there. Look at that. Well, I can't complain with how that's going. It feels quite nice to use. No, I'll keep going and see what I work out.